Hello and welcome to everyone. I hope you're getting to enjoy the week and that you're getting to see some of Dublin too, and that the traditional Irish inclement weather hasn't been too much of a barrier. My name is Ethan Cleary and I'm going to talk to you today around how technology can be used to make agriculture more accessible and open to a greater variety of people. I work in the Irish Farmers Association. I'm in charge of digital product development, website, apps, internal systems, along with taking a greater position with inside technology policy, which means working with our colleagues here nationally as well as within the European Union. The Irish Farmers Association is the largest farming representative org in the country. It provides representation, support and advice to our members individually, and we come together collectively then to represent and to lobby for the benefit of Irish farmers. We looked at what we could do around increasing the diversity and widening the net so we could try and get more people involved within IFA back in 2018. And a key part of that was our IFA diversity strategy. So you can see, you can access the full report there from the URL at the bottom, ifa.ie/diversity 2025. So we know that this makes sense. Diversity within any type of organization, large, small, it improves the level of innovation and group decision making. It means teams work better together. It improves quality of services. It improves the talent pool. We're in a better position to attract and retain the best talent within the association. And also it reflects an increasingly diverse membership within Irish agriculture as well. So we looked at what were the big barriers for people getting involved, whether they are outside of the traditional age range, whether they are from a different type of background, and then the usual exclusionary factors based around gender, etc. So one of the key, blockages here was lack of time. Everybody is really, really busy all the time. We're constantly connected. We have constant access to people reaching out and getting in touch with us, and it's very difficult to prioritize this sometimes as well. Confidence in the skills. How do you know that you have the correct blend of skills in order to be really good at what you want to do within agriculture? How do you know where to access those skills? Is there anything in place that makes this easy for me to discover the route through that I want to follow? So kind of extending that, we carried out a very large scale research project with 800 farmers, looking at their current attitude towards digital technology and their adoption of this digital technology. And digital technology here ranges from, a smartphone right up to, the biggest autonomous milker that you could potentially have as well, and the software and all of the management information systems around that. So how does technology help? Overridingly, the number one result is saving time, and closely followed by reducing administration. So we can see there that technology is linked to productivity, and also accessing data and information to help you make better decisions is seen as a key factor also as well. So I want you to remember that particular section, because I'll come back to it later. So in terms of digital inclusion, what does this actually mean? How do we make agriculture, how do we use digital technology to make agriculture more open and accessible? So we want, for our members and our farmers that are currently here, we want access for them to all the digital skills and technologies that they need to actually get involved in the digital economy. So it's a very ambitious, but it's an essential mission. The internet, and in particular within agriculture, the smartphone has changed how we live and work. New business models are emerging all the time, and farming and agribusiness is not immune to that. So we know that we have to help equip our farmers and give them the best pathways to get these skills. And we also have to be very clear that we're looking at participation. We need to make sure that everybody, regardless of their background, digital capabilities, education, will be able to participate, will be able to find a route through to learn the skills to optimize what they're doing. And then on the other side, we're looking at the productivity. Maybe there's people that, use that term that's probably quite legacy at this stage, but digital natives, people that have been born, using technologies, whether it's, going back to having their first laptop, whether it's being able to, use Bebo or Facebook or these social networking tools that came out many moons ago at this stage. So And right up to the current generation that are smartphone first, that are, understand different types of internet culture as well. How can we cater for people and make agriculture more attractive for this new incoming generation as well? So, what are the pathways to participation? As a result of our digital agriculture research, we looked at creating some kind of a pathway or even a maturity model for farmers and for people of all ranges of digital skills, that they will be able to find a way to get a place and get a foothold, and then have access to the skills, have the access and confidence to build better around how they want to manage their business as well. So, for the purpose of this presentation, because we could diverge into multiple different areas, including, innovation systems, the guideways of national policy, I want to focus on the digital natives, as we call them, and see how we can use technology and how technology can be used as a means to make agriculture more accessible and open for these people. And these people can be in terms of people already on farms, that maybe their parents are farmers, people that maybe one or two generations removed, or people that have never been involved in agriculture before but maybe have an interest in it, and how can these digital tools and technologies allow for greater participation for all types of people. So within the digital natives, we're looking back again at what do we see as the drivers and benefits of technology in your day-to-day work on a farm. And these are all linked to productivity. You're saving your time, you're reducing your administration, and it's access to data to help make better informed decisions. Now you can see that, how important food security is, and we need to be able to increase our total factor productivity across Europe. And that means being able to leverage the likes of these digital technologies to achieve these type of results. And anybody who works in any type of enterprise or any business will feel very similar about those three particular points as well. Saving time, reducing administration, and getting better information and access and insights into how the business. People who are in high school now, maybe just about to enter university, the technology industry and sector, what have they been thinking about and working on for the last while? And a lot of this is buzzwordy. Web3 is essentially a rebranding of crypto and speculative assets, which aren't maybe the most popular topic at the moment, given what's going on. But then the other is the metaverse, which essentially is, 3D rendering of different environments to aid with how you communicate, collaborate, and even in terms of productivity. And I'll get into that in a little bit in a second. But then there's an awful lot of other stuff going on there as well. Low Earth orbital satellites, quantum computing, autonomy, vertical farming, and then all the regulatory changes going on as well, the likes of the Digital Markets and Digital Services Act. So the metaverse, essentially, what is it? Is it the vision of 3D universal screens where everybody will be plugged into a headset, or a heads-up display as it's commonly called? What is the thesis around this? Is it the next universal platform? Is it augmentative to that, just like our kind of smartwatches are? How will this expand beyond gaming, which is what people traditionally would have thought? Will it enter in the workplace like we did with PCs going back to the late 70s, all into the 80s? That's how most people got their experience with using personal computers in the first kind of instance. But is it going to lead to new forms of expression and interactions, new types of presence? How will it impact identity and culture as well? So Microsoft are already using the HoloLens to help visualize and remotely manage farms through digital twins and IoT sensors. We've seen the Google Glass, which is, I think it was maybe 9 years ago that was first came out as being the next great thing, but it's now been repurposed in terms of manufacturing with AGCO. I just read recently a story about using VR headsets on cows to actually increase the productivity in terms of milk production. Again, I think a larger scale study might be done around this. It's been used for experiential marketing and test piloting. The new John Deere 8R autonomous tractor demo, that's me at my desk using my smartphone as a means to actually go and have a 3D view, an inspection of this tractor and what it could mean. And for John Deere, it's about giving that experience to as many people as possible. But how universal will it be and when? Moore's Law brought smartphones and mobile internet to everyone, but games consoles are only 200 people. So where will this sit? Will this be a nice to have or will it be essential? And how universal, Bill Gates has said that we always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. So I like to think of it in that respect, that we don't really know, but it's good that we are preparing for this. And projects like the meter, which takes the fundamental elements around interoperability to care, means that we're probably going to be in a good position to take advantage of these new technologies and help agriculture become more open and diverse to a wider range of people.